Thank you for coming. Today I'd like to talk about shelter medicine in Seoul, Korea. I'm Yoonju Cho. This year I'm studying as a research scholar with Medis Shelter Medicine team. Let me start with an overview of South Korea and Seoul. South Korea shares land border with North Korea to the north and overseas borders with China to west and Japan to the east. Most South Koreans live in urban area because of a rapid migration from the countryside during the country's quick economic expansion in the 1970s to 1990s. Seoul, the capital city, the country's largest city and chief industrial center. This is the Seoul. Do you know Gangnam Style? Gangnam is in Seoul. Here is Gangnam. Seoul is divided into 24 gu districts. The gu vary greatly in area and population. Seoul is the capital and the largest metropolis of South Korea. And according to the 2013 census, Seoul had a population 10 million inhabitants. Density was 43,000 per square mile. New York is 10,700 per kilometer square. Seoul is considered a leading and rising global city, resulting from the economic boom called Han River. This is Han River, which transformed it from the ashes of the Korean War to the world's fourth largest metropolitan economy. Now it's animals' turn to develop their welfare. This table shows the information about the state of domestic dogs and cats in South Korea. The number of households is 19 million in 2010. A percentage of total household where dog was 60.3%, cat was 1.7% in 2010. Average animal number per household did not exceed 2. This chart shows the information about the dogs and cats intake data in Seoul shelter 2013. Last year, total number of shelters dogs was 7665, cats were 3548. Korean tends to like purebred dog. 70% of shelter dogs was purebred. This table shows breed of abandoned dog. 27% of dogs were Maltese. 16% was Shih Tzu. Length from first to fourth of the abandoned dogs were small breed. There was 67%. In 2013, abandoned small dog was 87%. There is not a big difference in gender. This chart shows the information about the dogs in cats' health status when they enter a Seoul shelter. We did not have a thorough physical exam at intake yet because we are struggling with our overcrowding and understaffing. So we distinguish only between normal and abnormal. Health status means growth region. There is no diagnostic test and vaccination. This table shows the ages of abandoned dogs in Seoul. 44.4% of dogs was under 2 years old. of age, especially dogs under 1 year, was 30.9%. I thought owner inconsiderately decided to raise the dog and they could not train their dog. They oversimplified the animal, only liked puppy. So we need to have more educational program for responsible pet ownership. Animal Services of Seoul Government Seoul Government contracts Korean Animal Rescue and Management Association. Karma is responsible for abandoned animals of 80% in Seoul. Operating expenses is offered by local government Seoul. The shelter is located in rural area near Seoul. Animal shelters are being recognized as unprisoned facility in Seoul's Korean society. So animal shelters cannot help being far from the downtown area. In 2012, there were 5,110 dogs and 27,800 cats taken, but I think there are more abandoned animals in Seoul because we don't take in owner-surrendered animals. Seoul City invited bids annually for contracting animal shelter. Karma, Animal Hospital, and local veterinary association interest bid for animal sheltering and TNR program. The big problem is the lowest tender was chose, not high quality. Here you can see two charts for average of annual data from 2010 to 2012. In dog, return was 90%, adoption was 80%, died in care 5%, euthanasia was 58%. In cats, return was 1%, adoption 3%, died in care 50%, euthanasia was 46%. A live release rate of dogs was 40%, cat was only 7%. Case capacity of dog was 90%, cats was 80%. The facility was a full-time veterinarian who is responsible for shelter animal basic wellness. They are staffed with 3 kennel staff members, 5 for general affairs, and 5 rescue members, and 2 cleaners. If someone wanted to adopt, there is no specific behavior program for sheltered animals. If someone wanted to adopt an animal from Karma, they would have to apply by online, in which they are asked a series of questions about the responsibility and involvement of owning a pet. Submitting an application does not guarantee adoption. The telephone interview and face-to-face interview are conducted. Adoption policies demand that adopted animals have to be spayed or neutered after adoption, but there is no follow-up about that. These pictures are small breed kennel in Karma. You can see there were 2 dogs in small cage. There is a large breed kennel. There was no bedding and no enrichment. This is adoptable dog kennel. There is a bed, but I thought it was much better if this door were not made by wood. This is group housing for cat and dog playground treatment room. In isolated room, there are almost kittens. They died from infectious disease in the poor environment. And let me introduce the adoption program in Seoul. I can find 3 adoption centers in Seoul. This is Animal Rehoming Center in Seoul Grand Park, managed by Seoul City. Seoul Grand Park is a park complex. Facilities include hiking trails, Seoul Grand Park Zoo, and amusement park, etc. This center is located in entrance of this park. It was opened on October 2012. This is 1,900 square feet in area. Animals in this center are transferred from Karma. Adoption fee is free. This is another adoption center of CARE. CARE is a private organization. They have 2 centers in Seoul. This is another adoption program. They open event for adoption every Saturday in the street. Here is the licensing of dogs in Seoul. Recently, Animal Welfare Act has required all dogs of 3 months or of age or older have to be registered. It was the period for encouraging registration by last year. A license fee is different according to the ID options. RFID microchip is $10, and RFID color like this is $3. Tags are $3. There is no renewal for licensing, and license fee is very cheap. So Department of Animal Services is always poor. They have low budget. Almost Korean is not cat person because Korean people believe that cats are a mysterious animal like an evil in traditional myth. But there are growing number of people-owned cats. It is commonly believed in Japan. The cat is an animal that can bring many good returns and a good fortune in life. This is Manekineko. Do you know Manekineko toys? This is a Japanese lucky cat. The number of feral cats in Seoul are approximately 190,000 to 247,000, but only 5,497 cats were sterilized in 2012 by TNR program. Cats who become targets of public grievance are trapped by district officials. Only 5,497 cats were sterilized in 2012. The common reasons are low budget and high cost and shortage of manpower. So we did TNR program from 2008, but there is no producing tangible result. Yeah. Feral cats is performed TNR by the Korean Animal Welfare Act, but there are limitations of TNR program in Seoul because there are trouble between local residents and caretaker. We call it cat mom. Residents don't want to return them again, and kittens, pregnant cats, or lactating mother cats are exempt from the TNR. But we don't have any strategy for how to deal with these cats. And we are skeptical of the plan's effectiveness. But we know effectiveness of proper TNR program, like Operation Kidney. Yeah. So animal rights groups in Korea oppose the pediatric spay and neuter. They request that only healthy adult cats should be spayed or neutered. This is the reason why I'm interested in pediatric spay and neuter here. So Korean sheltering system needs mandatory spay neuter of dogs and cats, and mandatory microchipping of dogs and cats, and aggressive and various TNR program. And we need to well-designed animal shelter in Seoul, and assess the welfare of homeless animals in Seoul, and propose a humane management model to address identified issues. Introduce useful statistical tools for monitoring the health of sheltered animal, gathering the fund. It is very important. Gathering the fund for animal shelter. Yeah. Thank you for listening.